Hey guys, Time Itself here. Let's talk a little bit about Black Ops 2. I have been playing the shit out of this game, and I keep thinking, hey, I should make a commentary. And then I don't know what to do it about, and, don't want to make a complaining commentary. Hey, I'm enjoying myself. That's why I'm playing a lot of this game. It's just that some of the problems are what really stick out to me right now. For example, first impression was, hey, I really don't like this lobby music. But, thankfully, you can just turn it off, and, well, problem solved. Similarly with the connections, oh my gosh, it was a rough first day, but you can set the connection preference to best in the searching menu, and it gets significantly better. I mean, I was running like a 1.3 KD, and it's not a stat that I pay too much attention to, but that's less than half of what my KD was in Black Ops 1. You get kind of frustrated with that sort of thing, and plus, every time you die, it looks like complete nonsense. That was getting really old. Improved significantly, though they still have some room to improve. The other connection issue, though, is that I'm getting quite a few games where more than half the lobby is in one red bar, and it refuses to pick new hosts. Although I frequently will pick a new host, it just doesn't seem to happen when it really needs to. Now that gets really annoying. Then, of course, all the guns can be quite laser beams, and so using head glitches is great, but, well, they seem to have made the guns accurate enough that if you can aim well, it's not really a problem. I get caught. Oh my gosh. Well, that's said about the guns is they seem to have some variety, but as much as anything, it's the attachments you have on them. For example, I've got my fairly accurate 3-round burst rifle here, but I've also got the reduced recoil grip, and so it turns it into a laser beam. Heck, even the Type 25, the high fire rate assault rifle that has lots of recoil, kind of reminds me of, well, the F2000 from Modern Warfare 2, and almost, although not quite that bad. You stick the reduced recoil grip on that thing and you're good to go. Now you see playing some domination here, and well, I finally got together with some friends, people who aren't terrible, and well, we start going to town. And host migration seems to work good, so hey, that's one less thing to worry about. All in all, it's a fairly clean experience. It's like I said, the things that really stick out to you are the problems, and well, maybe that's a credit to just how polished the game is. As far as gunplay goes, I'm going to have to say it is much more like Modern Warfare 3, especially in terms of the time to kill, the accuracy, than Black Ops or really any other Call of Duty game. If you were expecting slightly slower times to kill and slightly less accurate weapons that we saw in Black Ops 1, it's not to be found here. You die very quickly, and that is not a product of some weird latency issues. Time to kill is very, very short. That said, one of this game's real strengths, I find, is its maps. They're no longer super tiny, super enclosed, so you get to see a bit more distinction between submachine guns and assault rifles. The assault rifles have lots of area where their range and accuracy at range and damage at range can really be useful, and then submachine guns have plenty of rounds in the magazine. Unlike Black Ops 1, where you felt like you had to run extended mags and scavenger for any submachine gun except for a couple of them because pretty much all of them had 20-round magazines, and that was just horrible, so you couldn't spray from the hip. Here, well, pretty much every submachine gun has plenty of rounds in the magazine by default, and you can put extended mags onto or extended clips. That is going to drive some people nuts, isn't it? Nonetheless, there are plenty of little, you'd call them regionalization errors if the game wasn't made in the US. Funny stuff. Hey, and we got 2-round domination. I don't know, I guess it just means there's an opportunity to pick up some more points for your point streak at the beginning of each game. And if you feel like being risky, running out there and taking Bravo, because that's worth a lot, and well, you can move things along. I am glad to see they have put the kill streak countdown timer in between rounds, otherwise things get absolutely ridiculous. So let's face it, a lot of these kill streaks you cannot avoid. I mean, you could try the hunter-killer drone. It might give you a chance. Okay, you can hide from the indicators from the lightning strike. Nonetheless, if you got a teammate around, good luck. And it's not like the announcer announces it fast enough and there's any way to get out of there. You're just dead. Maybe if it's the third dot, I think that takes just a little bit longer to come down, but Nonetheless, that just gets really annoying to me that, hey, you're dead, there was nothing you could do, other than you should have been running perks that made it so he didn't think you were there to call in the lightning strike, or what, I don't know. That strikes me as one of the sillier things. They just, congratulations, have a death, there's nothing you can do. That's going to get on my nerves, I hate to say, but I find it kind of ridiculous. Speaking of our wonderful announcer and regionalization issues, I have to ask, does anyone else find it absolutely bizarre that they find the need to make the walkie-talkie noise every time the announcer comes in and out? It seems like a bad joke to me, and why? I don't know. Like I said, it's one of those things that you hear it so many times every game that it's otherwise very polished game, things can get really annoying. Like, why? Who thought that was a great idea to put that in there? I just... because the announcer has so much to say, adding any more and just the whole long line of things, it just slows it down. Oh, and I thought I'd stun that guy. Shock charges are nasty. I have a class devoted to just running around with scavenger and a shotgun and shock charging people. Because why not? So credit to the game because you can do some really fun, silly stuff. Honestly, I would like to try a pistols only team because that is completely viable in this game, I think, and we can have a lot of fun with it. I don't know what you call it. The cops are coming. Pistols only though. That's something we have to give it a try and definitely have some fun with. Nonetheless, there's just so much crazy stuff going on that trying to say, ooh, that looks fun, I should try that, instead of something else, just, wow. What can I say? The game is fairly crazy. Anyway, I've been hopping to some League play on my own, trying to get a good feel for it, thinking, hey, maybe I'll get some teammates who aren't, quite as clueless, and by a large part, you get the ones who aren't completely hopeless. Nonetheless, the games tend to be, well, as many lopsided blowouts as anyway you'd get in public games because, well, it doesn't join people in after it's started. And usually when it starts, it's not too picky about great connections or making teams even. And so at the start of the game, you can say, well, look, we're down a guy. We're never going to get another guy. He's probably going to lose this game. Or, like I said, you see one team entirely in yellow connection, and, oh, well, good luck with that. I have won one game from behind. I think it was a CTF, actually, or one guy down. For the most part, League games aren't any more competitive than otherwise. Although that's some team deathmatch games that got really campy, but that's the nature of team deathmatch. I don't know why people complain about scrubs not running around in team death, but honestly, it's a slow game type. That always surprises me. Hey, but that's what we got objective game modes, because we can get things like orbital vsats, and our teammates can go to town and earn us another orbital vsat. I earned 3 in one round. Like, oh, great! Having teammates who will use the overpowered kill streaks to just help me get another one. It feels great. You call it in, and it's just the same as the Blackbird. Minions, go to town! So, 42 and 5, one of my better games, with 17 defense. I'm very happy about playing the objective get there. Anyway, hopefully get some more, just figure out something to put some effort into and get up some more interesting commentaries other than me just rambling on. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.